We're going to add another element that feeds in to the strain. Do you ever notice when you're under stress or pressure, it's on, your neck or back ratchets up another notch, things just get worse when we're under pressure or stress? That's because when we're in stress or pressure, it makes our diaphragm go in. I just want you to give you a couple of examples. I want you to just give yourself a little fright, zit fright, but hold the fright in yourself. Where you go. Zit fright. What's your diaphragm just done? Held in. Good, release that. That's the posture of fright. Feel cold, shiver. Just pretend it's cold. And what's your diaphragm doing? Holding in, tensing up. So this time what I want you to do is to just hold your tummy in, just a fraction. Now another millimeter, just another millimeter. And feel, depending on what's running around inside your head, this is the posture of stress. Now release it. So this time, I want you to hold your tummy in for good posture. There you go. And you've just put yourself straight back into the posture of stress. Well, haven't we got enough stress in our lives without holding ourselves in the posture of stress, even when we are not stressed? Now, I'll just get you to hold your tummy in a little bit for good posture. Where you go. And now add another little bit for stress. And everything ratchets up another notch. The words for good posture actually put you into the posture of stress. Release it. Come back to key, even in sitting. And you're still, even in sitting, we have that full spilly feeling as we start to breathe at our diaphragm. Can you feel the breath going? Yeah. This key position, diaphragm released. There's nothing mystical about it at all. All it is releasing our diaphragm, lowering our center of mass, so that we don't have any unnecessary muscle tension in ourselves, and we can breathe with this perfect breathing down at our diaphragm, which is where we should be breathing when we are resting. When we're stationary, standing, sitting, lying down, our breath should be at our diaphragm. Just like a baby's belly goes like this, ours should be as well. To be able to be like the children. They don't hold their diaphragms in. It's not till much later in their life that the stress things start to happen, and even then it starts to create problems. Something else I'd like to share with you. A lot of people have been told that because they've got this beer gut or belly or whatever it is, this is the cause of their back problem. Now, I'm going to suggest it's not the belly, it's not the beer gut that's causing the problem. The problem is our culture is now so hung up about being slim and trim and thin that when we've got a puku or a belly, beer gut like this, we've been made to feel so embarrassed about it that to pretend that we haven't got it, we hold our tummy in. We suck it in, suck our diaphragm in to pretend that we haven't got this belly. Now that our diaphragm has gone in, it's now stopped our front back muscles from working. So now we get the back pain. It is not the puku, the belly, that's causing the beer gut that's causing the problem. It's the diaphragm that's causing the problem. Look at those sumos, the big heavyweight lifters and the power men. They've got this bulk and size. They can develop immense power and strength from this because they're not embarrassed about their size. They are not holding their diaphragm in. That's what makes them so powerful. Now I'm going to suggest to you, if you've got a puku, a belly, a beer gut, you've paid for it, you've enjoyed getting it, if you're embarrassed about it, all right, I'm going to suggest you're going to have to do the hard yards like they do on The Biggest Loser to get rid of it so that you don't have to be embarrassed about it. But if you're not embarrassed about it, I'm going to suggest release your diaphragm, relax into it, and you can still have a strong back. Now, this can cause other health issues, but I'm here to help your back, to stop you from hurting yourself and straining yourself. So it is not necessarily all that healthy, but it doesn't have to mean a sore back. So we're going to add stress as a major feed into the strain. Now, if we go back to good posture results in us holding our diaphragm in. Good posture actually puts us into the posture of stress. Well, how bad is that? Haven't we got enough stress in our lives without holding ourselves in the posture of stress, even when we are not stressed? So, and when we're stressed, our diaphragm holds in, and you see what happens is, I've got my diaphragm held in for good posture, and I'm unstable. I put up my aches and sores and all those things. And then when I get under stress, the diaphragm holds in a little bit more of the same. We don't notice it, but all our problems ratchet up another notch in the back, neck, all those things get worse. All right? So what's the solution? How do we deal to the stress issue? Well, we've all heard laughter is the best medicine. Why is laughter the best medicine? Well, when you have a good belly laugh, your diaphragm releases. The muscles have a big contraction. They can be sore and burnt out the next day because they've just worked for the first time in a long time. But you see, when our diaphragm is held in and we're under stress, we don't necessarily feel like laughing. Laughter physically undoes the posture of stress. So I'll get you to try this little exercise. Just hold your tummy in, your diaphragm in a little bit. Keep it held there. Now keep it held there. Do not release it and have a laugh. It's a very artificial laugh. Now have a proper laugh. And you feel your diaphragm release and the abdominal muscles work. So laughter physically undoes the posture of stress. Scientists have shown us that it releases positive chemicals at the brain, but it physically undoes the posture of stress. Now, when we're in a stress situation, we don't necessarily feel like letting our diaphragm go. It's a very difficult thing to do. So I'm going to share with you a little tool that you can use. It's the action of laugh without actually laughing that you can use to undo the posture of stress even when you're in a stress situation. Most people have seen The Incredible Hulk, and he does his big growl thing. And this big growl is a very similar, almost the same muscle action as a big, deep belly laugh. So I'm going to do it here just to show you. You've got to be strong with your fists. You squeeze your fists together. You breathe out and squeeze the tummy muscles hard, hard, hard. And the more air you get out, you keep breathing out, 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 all the way out. And then you stand up. Your breath comes in and you go, and it brings you right back to key. It totally releases the diaphragm. So just join in with me now. Try one of those. Be strong with your fists. Squeezing your tummy muscles, all the air out, 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 or even chuckle it out. Pretend chuckle all the way out till the muscles work hard. Let it go. Stand up. Your breath comes in. And go. And you come right back to key. Now, even when you're in a stress situation, you can go off somewhere and do that. Here's your option. Hold your tummy in for good posture. Back to normal. Now hold it in another millimeter for stress. Now keep your diaphragm held there. Do not release your diaphragm all day, and I guarantee you're going to need painkillers at the end of the day. So release your diaphragm. Release it twice to come back to key.